In this clip, Neville Goddard just finished speaking about how his brother had visualized um, owning a business, and he didn't have any money to start the business, and how this man came into the picture and basically made it happen, lent them money at this unbelievable rate, and everything else. And then Neville continues on talking about how you can do this and that he knows what he's talking about because the story he just told was about his own brother. Just a little word here first. You may have to lower your volume because the thing is actually loud compared to my voice. I can't help that.
In the not distant future. But you are the operant power. It will not work itself. If you dare to assume this very night that you have a better job than you now hold, or that you have a larger income, you may be fired tomorrow. Don't be concerned. On reflection, you'll see it was necessary to move you towards the fulfillment of your assumption. You could be fired. And I wouldn't bat an eye if you told me tomorrow, well, I did what you told me. You know what happened? I was fired. I've seen that. It takes someone to fire you to get you into a better job. I've seen that time and again. I wouldn't go out and quit the job. You may be promoted in the job.
Okay, so this is exactly something that happened to me back in, I forget what year now. What was it? It was like 2014. I was working for a large publishing company in New York City in their digital products division. And things started to go south. And, I had just gotten married several months before. And my wife and I were already expecting a baby. Actually, we were like well into the term, her pregnancy, coming near the end. And I got laid off. We had to move in with my parents, and it was rough, but that led me on to a much better job, a much better, ultimately much higher paying, much more secure job with a public entity. So let's go back to Neville. So what he's saying is true. Sometimes it takes something that you would judge as negative to move you along to something positive.
Or you may be invited by some other concern that is competitive to join them. I do not know how it happens. I only know if you remain faithful to the assumption it's going to happen, and you're going to be promoted towards the fulfillment of the state that you have dared to assume that is yours. I could tell you unnumbered stories along this nature. So here I say, dwell in the end. The end is where we begin. For if I've seen my name on the marquee, that's the end. I don't wait for the incident to take place in my world to move from one to the other, leading up to that. I dwell in the end.
What he's saying is like his brother did. His brother imagined his family name, his surname, up on the marquee of the building. As simple as that. Imagining his name on the building set everything into motion. He didn't have to imagine how it was going to happen. That's not your concern. You just imagine the end. And the end could be something as simple as your name above a building.
If I go to the very end, what would it be like were it true? A health case. Not how it's going to become better, but you go to the end. And you say to someone who isn't well, and in your mind's eye you say to them, I've never seen you look better. And have them say to you, I've never felt better. Well, now that's confirmation of what you're seeing. You say, I've never seen you look better. And hear them say to you, well, I have never really felt better. But you may say to me, well, I can't hear people. Oh, yes, you can. You can hear anything you want to hear. You don't have to hear it audibly. Listen this very moment. You may not be able to whistle a tune. Maybe you can carry a tune in any manner whatsoever. You can play an instrument, you can whistle, you can sing. Well, can you now imagine that you are hearing the battle hymn of the Republic? Listen, can't you hear it? Can't you augment it? 1,000 voices, 10,000 voices? Did you hear it at the funeral of Senator Kennedy? Did you see it on TV? Wasn't that moving? When the organ began to peal, and suddenly that lovely soft voice singing it, and the whole thing became, the whole vast TV world was filled with it. I doubt there were very many dry eyes when he got through singing the Battle Hymn of the Republic. Well, I can sing, I can whistle the tune, but I can just right now stand here and listen and hear the entire thing swell. If I tried to duplicate it with my voice, I couldn't do it, but I can hear his voice as he sang it. You can hear anyone's voice. You can hear the speaker's voice. Tonight, alone, you can hear my voice, and you can put upon my voice what you want to hear. And unknown to you, I will find myself telling you. Something will happen to confirm what you're hearing. So you can do this for good or ill. I advise you do it for good. But the choice is yours. You can hurt and you can bless, but don't hurt. Use your imagination always lovingly on behalf of others. But to tell you that you couldn't do it to hurt is stupid, because you can hurt. But it's entirely up to you. So you imagine what you want. Believe that you have it, and see how it works in the world. Those who scoff at it, or let them scoff. 5 years from now, when you're on the top, they may be working for you. And they've even forgotten that they sat in the same audience with you when you heard and believed, and they also heard, but they didn't believe. And so you moved on, and they remained behind. And that's life.
So there you have it. You imagine they can scoff and make fun of it. You're the one who's going to win in the end. But use your powers for good. Don't do them for evil, but it's your choice. You can choose either way, because it'll happen no matter what. Thank you. Please like and subscribe.